Welcome to the Compassion in Action mini course. I am so glad you're here because what you're about to learn can make a difference in someone's life. Supporting a grieving loved one can feel overwhelming. You don't want to say or do the wrong thing, and sometimes that fear can hold you back from showing up altogether. So let's be real. Grief makes people uncomfortable, and where we're uncomfortable, we reach for excuses. Myths we've been told about how to deal with loss. Time heals all wounds. They need space. Those sound familiar? These are the myths that keep people stuck, that keep people feeling helpless and disconnected from those they care about the most. But here's the truth. If you are ready to break through the BS and actually show up for someone in their grief, then you're already ahead of the game. So let's crush the myths that hold most people back and get to what really matters. Lesson 1, crushing the myths of grief support. All right, so there's a lot of crap out there about grief. Ideas that keep people like you from actually stepping up and helping someone who's hurting. But today, we're smashing those myths so you can stop second guessing yourself and start showing up. You ready? Let's crush it. Myth number 1, time heals all wounds. Nope, time doesn't heal squat. What heals is connection, love, and people who care enough to stick around. So if you're sitting back thinking, I'll give them time, guess what? You're giving them loneliness instead. But here's the truth. Time can pass. But what you do with that time, that matters. Myth number 2, I need to say something profound. Here's the thing. Trying to drop some deep philosophical nugget is a waste of energy. Grieving people don't need a TED Talk. They don't want you to fix their pain. And they're not looking for the perfect words. Here's the truth. Simple, real words are more powerful than anything clever. Simply saying, I'm here for you, beats everything happens for a reason every single time. Every single time. Myth number 3, grief has an expiration date. Grief doesn't just magically evaporate after the funeral. It doesn't wrap up after a year. And it doesn't go away because life has moved on. And thinking they should be over it by now isn't just wrong, it's cruel. It's mean, spirited. But here's the truth. Grief lasts as long as it lasts. Your job isn't to rush it. Your job is to stay consistent. So in concluding lesson 1, let me say this. Believing those myths do not make you a bad person. Hell, I believed them once too. But you're here because you want to do better. So here's your next step. Write down one myth that you've been holding on to, and then write down how you're going to let it go. And I want you to commit to being the kind of person that shows up no matter how messy grief can get. Now let's move forward, because next we're diving into what to say and do when someone's grieving. And might I say, you are doing freaking amazing. You're doing so great. And remember, your presence matters more than perfection. Let's crush it.